The movie starts with the useless, unlucky Vicram. Life has been picking on him since he was a kid. While playing with his friends, he cuts this kid's kite, so the kid slaps him twice on the fly and starts roasting him with his buddies. Vicram tells them, "You're feeling brave because you outnumber me? By God, I'll call my brother Roni for you." And sure enough, Roni shows up. The kid says to him, "What's this? Did you bring your brother to beat us up or so we can change his diapers?" Roni tells him, "If you had hit me, I would have forgiven you, but hitting my brother? I'm gonna beat you up, wreck your face, and change your whole look." And the battle begins. And to be honest, my friend, the kid pulls off some action moves that I personally trained him on. He completely wipes them out, grabs the biggest guy among them, and drags him across the floor. But their dad shows up at the scene, takes them home, and beats Roni so he won't make trouble again. The man gets tired from beating him, while Roni doesn't feel a thing. Their uncle Chacha comes in, pulls the dad away from Roni, takes him aside, and says, "Boss, why are you beating Roni when you know for a fact that the whole problem was caused by Vicram?" He tells him, "Because if I had hit Vicram, Roni would have finished me off." And as movie recap star, I totally believe that. Anyway, Vicram says, "Ronnie, I'm so sorry Dad beat you up because of me." Ronnie tells him, "It didn't even touch me, man. My skin is as tough as a crocodile's. And when it comes to lying, I'm way off the charts." Anyway, the next day they go to school and Cha-Cha goes to them there and says, "Come on, let's go with me." They tell him, "Dad is coming to pick us up." He says, "Your dad isn't coming because he's in the hospital." On the way, he tells them what happened. A gang attacked the people of the area, and their dad stood up to them all alone like a lion. He kept lying so much until they shot him right in the heart. And does he even care? His heart waits until he saves all the villagers, and only then does he feel the bullet. They rush him to the hospital, and he asks to see his kids. Indeed, Ronnie and Vicram arrive there. Vicram keeps crying in front of him, while Ronnie stands there in absolute shock. His dad signals to him, so Ronnie goes up to him. His dad tells him, "Listen, boy, take care of your big brother. He's like a useless balloon, so look after him and raise him right." Ronnie says, "All right, Dad," and then the father dies. Ever since their dad died, Roni takes care of his big brother Vicram. They always watch comedy movies together, but Vicram still keeps crying. Even when they grow up, the movie would be hilarious and Vicram would still be crying. Vicram tells Roni, "I'm gonna get something to drink, man." He goes outside and meets Saya. She asks him, "What's wrong? What happened?" He tells her, "I'm crying because of the movie playing inside." She tells him, "How come? The movie is actually a comedy." "Whatever it is, don't upset yourself. It's just a movie after all." While he's replying to her, he bumps into this guy and ruins his clothes. The guy tells him, "Open your eyes, you blind fool." Vicram says, "All right, I'm sorry." The guy replies, "Sorry? Where am I supposed to cash that sorry?" Saya steps in and says, "Drop it, boss. The man didn't mean it." But the bastard shoves Vicram. Vicram calls out, "Roni, do you see this guy pushing me?" And right on cue, Roni cocks his weapons and steps up with the new update. Look at those monstrous muscles, my friend. And what's wrong with my arms anyway? Sure, they look a bit like golf clubs, but thank God they get the job done. Anyway, Ronnie shows up and asks, "What happened?" Vicram tells him, "I spilled food on this guy by mistake." Ronnie tells him, "All right, guys, my bad," and turns around to leave. The guy says, "Yeah, you better watch out next time." Ronnie looks at his brother's ear and says, "What's this? Ketchup? Cut the lies and tell me who hit you." So Vicram tells him what happened. And what happened, my friend, is that these bastards were roosting him. Vicram tells him, "Forget it, Ronnie. Let's just go." Ronnie says, "Let's go." Vikram walks right, while Ronnie turns right back around to them. Without much intro, he knocks out the first guy's entire row of teeth and tears off the second guy's ear. Sia stands there in pure awe at the skill of this jacked guy. Honestly, my friend, the guy is unreal and his endless lies are driving me crazy. He completely finishes them off and Sia has officially fallen in love with him. Anyway, they leave the place, and the next day, Ronnie flexes in front of the locals, and everyone is super happy for him. Their uncle Cha-Cha comes up and says to Vicram, "All right, monster, get ready because I submitted your file and you're going to be an officer at the police station." Vicram tells him, "Officer who, man? I'm scared of the rats we have at home. Take Ronnie, he's the one built for this job." Ronnie says, "I won't work out because I already have 32 pending court cases against me." Cha-Cha tells him, "Make that 33 after yesterday." Vicram asks, "What's the reason for all these cases?" Ronnie replies, "Every single one of them was from saving your butt, you genius." Listen to me carefully, Vicram. Right now, you're scared of criminals, but once you put on that police uniform, those criminals will look like mice in front of you, and they'll be the ones terrified of you. And indeed, Vicram listens to him and starts his very first day. Ronnie drops him off, and on the way, the street thugs are terrified of him. They arrive at the police station, and Ronnie says goodbye. Vicram goes inside to the station superintendent, who welcomes him and says, "Take this paper and hand it over to Triasi." He takes the paper and walks over to Triasi. Suddenly, IPL and his men set this guy on fire right outside the station and walk straight inside. Nobody dares to say a single word to them. IPL says to Triasi, "You're the one who files the police reports, right? Listen to these words carefully. This man found me in his house and complained, so I decided to kill him right in front of you like this." He leaves them and walks away. Vicram asks the superintendent, "Are you just gonna let him walk away like that?" He tells him, "Don't act tough and try to take action against him." Before this, Triasi filed a report against him, so IPL sent one of his men named Baaghi and had him murder Triasi's daughter. Vicram goes home and tells Ronnie everything that happened. Ronnie asks, "And why can't the cops take action against this gang?" He tells him, because there's someone huge backing them up, and the cops here don't know who that person is. At that moment, a message comes to IPL from the guy who's backing him up. And it turns out Abu Jalal is that guy. He wrote in the message, "We need a lot of families in the coming period." And this is Abu Jalal, my friend, a ruthless monster and the biggest terrorist in the world. He makes IPL kidnap families from India, send them to him in Syria, and use them in his bombings. At the same time, Saya gets a phone call, but there's no signal, so she stands in the middle of the road to get reception. Roni sees her and falls head over heels for her too, but Saya doesn't notice him and keeps walking. She goes to the police station and tells the officer, "I want to file a complaint against that guy named IPL, and I want you to go to his warehouse to save the families he kidnapped." He tells her, "That's not happening." She says, "All right then, I have 280,000 followers and I can expose you right here, right now. So are you taking the complaint or not?" Indeed, he writes down the complaint, but not a single person in the entire station has the guts to go anywhere near IPL's warehouses. Suddenly, Vicram appears in front of them. The superintendent says, "That's it, he's the man for the job." Vicram walks in, and the chief tells him, "Listen, hero, the time has come to prove yourself. You're going to IPL's warehouses to free the families there. Come on, boys, give a hand for Hero Vicram." Vicram is stunned and says, "Okay, but before I agree, I need to use the bathroom." He goes into the bathroom and calls Ronnie, telling him what happened. Ronnie tells him, "Agree to it." Vicram says, "Agree to what, man? Are you crazy?" Ronnie says, "Just do as I tell you and tell them you're going alone." So, Vicram agrees and goes to the warehouse by himself. He walks inside and finds all the families there, but doesn't see any gang members. He keeps walking around, but suddenly a hand covers his mouth. It's Ronnie. He tells him, "Calm down." Vicram says, "Calm down? There's nobody here, man." Ronnie says, "Well, look again." He looks and sees the gang crawling all over the place. Ronnie tells him, "They knew you were coming and set a trap for you, genius. Follow me. Look, you're gonna hold this main breaker knife, and the moment I whistle, turn off the lights. When I whistle again, turn them back on." Vicram says, "Got it." And sure enough, Ronnie whistles, and you won't see anything but pitch black, my friend. He charges at them like a wild bull, just like I used to do in my youth. Except I didn't lie as much as him, my friend. I lied a bit more. Anyway, the guys are way too many, pulling out machetes and surrounding him from every angle. Do you think that's gonna matter to him? Say it with me, my friend. I swear it won't happen. It's just 10 serious seconds where he turns into a beast and leaves no one standing. Time runs out and not a single man is left on his feet in the entire place. If lying could be sold, India would be exporting it, my friend. Anyway, he goes to Vicram and says, "Go in there, monster, take the hostages, and leave." He leaves him and walks away. Vicram goes in, unties the hostages, and leads them out. Everyone is talking about Officer Vicram, the elite cop who stood alone against the strongest gang in India. IPL finds out what happened and is absolutely furious. The next day, Chacha, Asif, and his wife go to Vicram. Chacha says, "That's enough, kid. You're a grown man now, and we're getting you married." Vicram says, "Over my dead body and Ronnie's dead body." Chacha says, "Talk some sense into him, Ronnie." Ronnie tells him, "All right, you're getting married. Since Asif found you a good bride, there's no problem. And don't worry, man, I'll go check her out myself." He goes there and the bride's sister comes out. Ronnie is stunned because he's into her, and she thinks he's the groom and gets just as shocked. They both sit there sad and quiet until Asif walks in and says, "Let me introduce you to Ronnie, the groom's brother, Saya, the bride's sister." The two of them are thrilled and hug each other right away. Vicram marries her sister and Saya is tearing up the dance floor. Ronnie tells her, "What is this disrespect? Is there no manners in this place?" And suddenly, he jumps in to dance with her. The two of them set the floor on fire, and the wedding ends. Meanwhile, IPL berates his men, saying, "How can a rookie cop raid our warehouse and take all the families inside? I found out he has a younger brother. Tomorrow morning, kidnap him and call his officer brother. When he shows up, we'll kill them both." Sure enough, the next day his men wait for Ronnie. Ronnie finds this dog on the road, picks it up, and walks over to stop them. He tells them, "Excuse me, can you give me a ride? I want to drop this dog off at the animal shelter." They seize the opportunity, let him in, and on the way, hold him at gunpoint. Surprisingly, Ronnie completely surrenders. They take him to IPL, who tells him, "Look, kid, I know it's not your fault, but we brought you here to drag your brother out and kill him." He calls Vicram. Vicram answers, "Who's this?" He says, "IPL." Vicram hangs up in his face. He calls him back and says, "Listen, don't you dare hang up again. Put me on speaker so everyone with you can hear what I'm about to say." Vicram puts him on speaker. IPL says, "You have two choices. Either you come here right now or I finish off your brother." Vicram hangs up again, not believing Ronnie is actually with him. Ronnie calls him and says, "Save me, brother. This gang is super dangerous. Come save me and arrest them." At that moment, Vicram realizes Ronnie wants to beat them up himself while he's present, so Vicram gets all the credit. IPL tells his men if he doesn't show up in 10 minutes, finish him off, and walks away. Time passes, Vicram doesn't show, and they are just about to kill Ronnie. Do you think that's going to happen, my friend? I swear it won't happen. Even though there are many men, they are totally useless. They don't know who we have on our side. Ronnie, son of superheroes, whose single punch will relocate your home address to China. Good lord. He completely wipes them out. Vicram arrives and arrests Baaghi on a silver platter, taking him away to the holding cell. He tells Triasi, "Get him ready, because today we're taking him to court." On their way to court, the road is blocked. Triasi gets out to see what's happening and finds Ronnie getting into a fight. Vicram says, "Bring him over here." Triasi brings him and says, "Here he is, boss." Vicram says, "Handcuff him and throw him in the back of the police truck." Triasi says, "But sir, this is your brother." Vicram replies, "The law applies to everyone, even if it's my brother." He handcuffs Ronnie next to Baaghi, but suddenly Ronnie grabs Baaghi and jumps out of the moving truck. Vicram steps down and tells Triasi, "Isn't this the guy who killed your daughter? Take your revenge and kill him." Triasi takes the gun and gets revenge for his daughter, and all of this was planned by the fierce guy Ronnie. Triasi is overjoyed and gives Vicram a big hug. At night, Vicram comes home furious. Ronnie asks, "What happened now?" He says, "Man, because of my high efficiency at work and all the criminals you finish off, they handed me the files of all the most dangerous criminals." Ronnie says, "So what's the problem?" Vicram says, "The problem is I won't be able to catch a single one of them." Ronnie tells him, "As long as I'm here, don't worry about a thing." You're so right, Ronnie. Who has a lying brother like you and still worries? From then on, Ronnie starts closing case files one by one, taking down gangs while Vicram arrests them. With every mission, Vicram gets promoted, gaining more power and fame. Everything goes smooth as butter. Until the minister holds an urgent meeting. The minister tells Vicram, "We found out IPL kidnaps families from India and sends them to a guy named Abu Jalal in Syria. Since you're the best officer in India, you'll go there to clear some paperwork and leave the rest to the police to handle." Vicram follows orders, goes home, and packs his bag. Ronnie drops him off at the airport, and on the way, Vicram says, "Hey Ronnie, why don't you come with me, buddy?" Ronnie says, "Man, you're just going to clear paperwork, and if I go with you everywhere, people will get suspicious." Vicram says, "Fair enough." His wife sees him off and says, "Don't be late. Soon you'll be a father." Good lord. He gets on the plane and arrives in Syria in a flash. He calls Ronnie, and while they're talking, someone knocks on Vikram's door. He opens it, and suddenly he gets slammed against the wall. Two bulls beat him to a pulp while Ronnie is losing his mind on the phone. One of them drags Vicram away while the other picks up the phone. Ronnie tells him, "If anything happens to my brother, I swear I'll end both your lives." The guy replies, "We're not 2, nor 100, nor 1,000. We are an entire country." Ronnie says, "I swear, even if you were an army, I'll wipe you all out." The bastard hangs up and smashes the phone. Ronnie and Saya immediately head to Syria. First, they go to the police station. Ronnie tells the officer everything that happened, but the officer says, "We need to check with the embassy to see what's going on." Ronnie tells Saya, "Looks like the paperwork is going to take time." He walks outside and runs right into Akhtar. Akhtar tells him, "If you want your brother, follow me." Ronnie asks, "Do you know him?" He says, "Of course. Isn't he Officer Vicram? Hurry up, follow me." They follow him, but it turns out he's just a pickpocket kid, and his gang surrounds them. He tells them, "Hand over everything you got." Ronnie hits him, making his knife drop. By the time Akhtar bends down to pick it up, Ronnie has already taken down his entire crew. Akhtar is terrified and says, "Look man, I heard you talking to the officer and I know the whole story about your brother. I swear I only steal to feed my sister. She has no one else." Ronnie gives him money and walks away. Akhtar runs after him and says, "Wait man, you turned out to be a solid guy and I'm going to help you." Ronnie asks, "Do you know someone named Abu Jalal Ghazi?" He says, "Man, I'm just a poor thief. The only people I know are a few pickpockets here." Ronnie remembers Vicram telling him his wallet was stolen at the airport, so he asks, "When my brother arrived, his wallet was stolen. Do you know the thief's name or what time it was stolen?" Ronnie says, "Around 6. Akhtar says, "Come with me." He takes him to the kingpin of thieves, and sure enough, they find Vikram's wallet. Inside the wallet, they find the hotel name and head straight there. Ronnie starts remembering everything that happened to his brother and is heartbroken. Saya finds Vikram's phone and is about to grab it, but Akhtar tells her, "Wait, don't wipe the fingerprints of the person who held the phone." He takes them to a hacker buddy of his, who pulls the fingerprints and tracks down all the guy's info. They take his picture and go to his house. The moment they show the picture to the guys there, everyone starts whistling. Akhtar tells him that's a signal to help the guy escape, but Ronnie spots him in the window and chases him at full speed. He catches up, but the bastard isn't easy. He starts beating Ronnie up and says, "You want to go to your brother? I'll finish you off, then go finish him." Do you think Ronnie is going to give up, my friend? I swear it won't happen. He flips the switch on him and does the needful. The guy tries to run, but Ronnie sprints after him until he tackles him. He kneels in front of him and begs, "I beg you, tell me where my brother is." The guy says, "Fine, I'll tell you where he is." Ronnie asks, "Where?" The guy gets scared, so Ronnie says, "Don't be scared, I won't hurt you." Suddenly, a car hits the guy and speeds away. Ronnie rushes over, devastated over losing his last lead to his brother. Meanwhile, Vicram is with IPL, who is about to transfer him and the other hostages to Abu Jalal's territory. Ronnie calms down and realizes IPL must know Vikram's location because the guy had a matchbox just like IPL's. Saya runs over, takes a phone like it unlocks it with his massive face, and texts IPL, "We need to meet today." They agree on a location and go there. Abu Jalal is also supposed to meet them at the same spot, but the police ruin the plan by showing up to arrest Abu Jalal. The cops search for Abu Jalal while Ronnie searches for IPL. Ronnie runs right into Abu Jalal but doesn't recognize him. At that moment, the police arrest IPL, and the officer asks him, "Where is Abu Jalal?" IPL says, "Over my dead body." Abu Jalal hides inside a trash bin, changes his whole look, and walks right past them disguised as a beggar so no one suspects him. The officer tells IPL, "You better confess, Abu Jalal won't help you." He replies, "Boss, I'd rather you cut my tongue out than tell you who he is." The officer is about to hit him, but Ronnie says, "Leave this one to me." He gets into the police truck with him. Abu Jalal sends his men after the truck to see if IPL will sell him out to the cops. While Abu Jalal's men follow IPL's men, Ronnie asks IPL, "Can you do this trick?" He says, "What trick?" Abu Jalal's men see them and tell Abu Jalal, "Looks like IPL is cutting a deal with the cops." They arrive at the police station, but leave it behind and go sit at a cafe. Ronnie even orders him tea, pays for it, and walks away. Abu Jalal's men see everything and say, "Boss, he sat with them at a cafe and they even gave him money. Looks like he betrayed you." He tells them, "Finish him off quickly." They attack IPL, but he escapes and runs back into the police truck. And just like that, Ronnie's plan worked. Ronnie lets him in the truck and says, "Didn't I tell you they'd kill you? Now tell me, who and where is Abu Jalal?" IPL says, "I'll tell you everything." He tells them, "Abu Jalal isn't a normal person. He owns an entire country. Let's go there and I'll give you the full layout of the place." Saya tells Ronnie, "I know you'll lie a lot to bring your brother back, but on my life, bring him back to me." "Leave the man alone, Saya. Lying makes things easier." They arrive there, and Apel gives them the full blueprint. He tells them the area has guard towers in every direction, with hundreds of armed men guarding it day and night. Right in the center, you'll find Abu Jalal. But before that, you'll face tanks and airstrikes. Basically, you need an army to reach him. Akhtar says he's right. What do you think, Ronnie? They look behind them and find Ronnie has vanished. They don't know he already started the mission. He pulls the pins on grenades and throws them at the guard towers, blowing them to pieces. Good Lord, we started with lies on the towers. Now onto the trucks holding the hostages. Ronnie sets an ambush, blowing up the guard vehicles one after another. He rushes to the hostages but doesn't find Vicram among them. He has no choice but to breach Abu Jalal's main compound. He gets to the compound, and right at the gate, 3 helicopters are waiting for him. Do you think that's going to matter to him, my friend? I swear it won't happen.
I don't know how to put this, but he climbs onto the first chopper, pulls out the 2 guys inside, damages the engine, and causes all 3 helicopters to crash into each other and explode! And as movie recap star, I totally believe it because Ronnie is originally from the planet of lies, right next to Mars. Someone might ask, are you an astronomer recap? No, my friend, I'm just lying. Is it only allowed for him? Anyway, after finishing off all those guys, he pushes further inside. Abu Jalal finds out what's happening and asks, which army is attacking me? America? Russia? The Maasai? Nope, just the liar Ronnie. Ronnie pushes inside while Sia arrives to help him. 4 tanks pull up on them. They don't know who we have on our side. Ronnie, son of liars, dodges left and right, cleverly making the tanks blow each other up. Done with the tanks, a few armed men come out. He blocks the bullets using a helicopter door and waits until they run out of ammo. Do you think he's going to spare them, my friend? I swear it won't happen. He steps up and all you see is him smashing them and breaking bones, just like I used to do in my youth.
At that moment, one of Abu Jalal's men speaks to him. Boss, it's just one guy doing all this to save his brother. He asks, what's his brother's name? He replies, his name is Vicram. Abu Jalal goes to the hostages, forces one of them to stand up and says, ask them which one is Vicram. The guy tells the hostages, "Guys, they don't speak Hindi. Vikram, stay put. Don't reveal your identity. Your brother came here and kept lying until he destroyed the whole place. They are terrified of your brother. Don't you dare tell them who you are. Let your brother come save you and the rest of our families." But Abu Jalal figures it out and is about to kill him. Vikram steps up and says, "Stop, don't kill him. I'm Vikram." Abu Jalal says, "Brave, just like your brother. I saw your brother 2 days ago. It was a mistake letting him go. I should have killed him when I had the chance." Vikram tells him, "I'm the one who made a mistake. Whenever I got into trouble, I used to say just one thing, 'Roni!'" And right on cue, Roni shows up, running over to Vikram in total disbelief. He touches the wound on his face and asks, "Ketchup again?" Vikram says, "No, this time I went through a slaughterhouse. Forget it, let's get out of here, Roni." Roni tells him, "If they had hit me, I would have let it slide, but they hit you." Abu Jalal asks, "What will satisfy you, big shot?" Roni says, "I take my brothers and leave." Abu Jalal says, "Fine, take your brother and leave." Roni replies, "Guess you didn't hear me right. I'm taking all my Indian and Pakistani brothers." He says, "Fine, take him and go." He takes some and starts walking away, but Abu Jalal holds Saya. His men swarm Vikram and lock Saya and Vikram inside a cage. The men start beating up Roni, who surrenders completely because he sees Vikram trying to cut the wires to escape. The bastards stab Roni in the stomach with an iron rod. Vikram breaks out of the cage and goes completely berserk on them, destroying them all. Roni is extremely proud. Saya gets out of the cage and tries to help Roni, but it's no use, my friend. Abu Jalal is about to kill Vikram, but Roni snaps back to life and finishes Abu Jalal off. They return to India, and Vikram gets promoted for the historic achievement he pulled off, with Roni standing proud beside him. Their dad even leaves his grave to come and feel proud of him. I'm going to leave the commentary now and go feel proud of him too. And you, my friend, drop everything and go feel proud of him. God bless India. And that's where the movie ends. All right, that's a wrap, my friend. Make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment from the heart. If you're really feeling the love, share this video with your crew. And yo, check out the channel. I've got tons of videos you're gonna vibe with. Catch you in the next one.